Okay, we got David Todd, T-O-D-D. He's president of Sunrise Trade Network, Inc., Seaverport, Louisiana, and his website is www.sunrisetradenetwork.org.
Two minor corrections. It's Dodd with a D. Sorry, there's a very small print on that card. It's Shreveport.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
Dodd. Your
Dodd.
last name Dodd, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Welcome to the Howard Keating Show. I'm Howard Keating, and we have with me, we're at the XM final day, having a ball here. And it's just been really enlightening. A lot of things happening here. It's exciting times to see what the new opportunities are for small businesses on a global basis. And the gentleman here is David Todd. He's president of Sunrise Trade Network. Welcome to the show, guy.
Thank you, Howard. It's great
Okay,
to be here.
a Louisiana guy. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't have translators. This is an international conference, and I'm from the South, and they need a translator for me.
No doubt about it. Tell us about your business.
I'm really excited to be here because we have launched a really fantastic, we think it's an innovation, in the arena of business collaboration and networking. I am one of about 400 people around the globe that facilitate and create and manage business networks, associations, and clusters. And everyone's heard about the industry cluster movement. And what we have seen is that these associations, because they have that collaborative mindset, they want to reach out.
Sure.
They'd like to get in touch with similar organizations in other countries and look at how they might be able to do trade. We did this manually for several years, and then we came up with the idea, why don't we put this on the web and make it more effective, more efficient? So we developed a 5-step process that a business association, network, cluster, or just a group of 2 or 3 businesses that would like to work together can go through to establish relationships with a similar group in another country, with the hope that the U.S., in our case, the U.S. networks and clusters, will sell to them. They'll use their intellectual capital, their intellectual property under licensing agreements, or they'll do some type of joint venture. So that's the goal, is to bring these guys together. And we've received a tremendous response, both from our own network of this 400 practitioners around the world, but from the business community as a whole, who thinks this is a great idea.
I think it's a great idea. So everybody's going to be able to connect and figure out how to work together in different parts of the world as groups, and be able to disseminate their products and services to other places.
Let me give you an example.
Go right ahead.
We worked with a group of horticulturalists in New Zealand, flower growers. They needed to expand their market. Well, the Tulip Holland Growers Association dominates the worldwide market in tulips, but they can only grow during their growing season, which is in the northern hemisphere, opposite of the growing season of the New Zealanders.
Sure.
So we linked those guys together, and the New Zealand horticulturists now grow about 80% of the Holland brand tulips that are sold in the winter months. So they both win. The Holland tulip growers get increased royalties. They're tapping into the Asia-Pacific market, which is difficult for them to reach from Holland.
Yep.
And they're able to have excess capacity during their winter growing season, so they don't have to keep building greenhouses. So it's a win-win. That's an example of what we intend to do. And the process is very simple. We identify a cluster or a network or an association that wants to do this. We give them some education, and we're trying to work with the XM Bank and others to leverage our own assets in doing that. And then we take them through a process called Strategy Nets, which takes them from an idea. They'd like to do something together.
Gotcha.
And takes them step by step until they get to a transaction. Then on the back end, we have a very robust transaction management system by a company called RevX out of California. And they manage the transaction from beginning to end.
That's neat. Now, when are you going to be ready for all this?
We are building out the network right now. We feel that by the 3rd quarter, we'll be ready for a soft launch. And then by the first part of the 4th quarter, we'll do a blowout release and do press releases, etc. And then the most important thing is to send the word out to all of our networks around the world, hopefully get him to start going. We want the U.S. to be the leader in this, though. I have a partner in Australia, I have a partner in Europe, but my goal is for the U.S. to have the most engaged, the most companies out there, and to help increase our exports. And so the Ex-Im Bank has said, you do that, we're with you. So we're excited.
That's great. Well, we wish you well. Now, we got to get an update from you on a regular basis.
I'd love that.
You got our number. Yep. I want you to call on in. We'll talk to you wherever you're at.
Absolutely.
And we'll help you with the launch. Would that be good?
I would love that.
That would be something you can count on it, okay?
Okay.
Now, this is a key thing. Everybody, here's another tool that we could use as small business. Let's get behind this kind of an operation. And we're going to get a weekly update. Let's get a weekly update.
Great.
Just shoot me an email.
I'd love it.
And we'll be able to read it on the air, and we'll show you the public how you're growing.
That sounds great. Alan.
Okay?
That sounds fantastic.
It's been great to have him on board. Ladies and gentlemen, this is David Todd, and he's the president of Sunrise Trade Network, Inc. And we'll be right back. Thank you very much, David.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, glad to do it. We'll get into a longer version when you come on the show.